Hey everybody, it's Victor. It's time another Eden Run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance Plus series. Happy Sunday, Mosh Pit. I hope your Sundays have been going off to a fantastic start here. We are still waiting for the next video to hit 3,000 likes, of course, to bring back the No Seas Challenge. It's been a little bit of a drought on the like streak, so if you haven't been liking the videos, please let me know in the comments. Let me know if you want me to change the like streak goal. If it doesn't appeal to a lot of people, then you know what? I still have plenty of other ideas in the back pocket, and we can make it happen. So you all drive this channel, control the content here, and I'd love to hear your feedback on that. But for now, we're sticking with the No Seas Challenge because it is a lot of fun, and I think that if you want to see what's up for grabs, you can go back and watch the previous two No Seas Challenge videos. You just search for them here on YouTube, and you will find out that they are quite fun and also quite challenging. Here's your picture of the day. This one, a little bit of a crossover, honestly, sent in by Q Luxy on the Invictus subreddit titled Quality 4 House, question mark. And then in the thread, they said, first time poster, but saw this and had to let the world know. Love you, Mosh Pit. I love the fact that it says Sacred Heart House bus stopping. Well, maybe not the bus stopping, but definitely the Sacred Heart House. It would be a quality 4, and I'd love to see what that room looks like in blueprints. So thank you very much. That was a little bit of the crossover. I wasn't sure if Q Luxy was going for a blueprints type deal, but hey, you know what? It works. Seed Day is going to be, well, we got Lost Soul Buddy and Curse of the Unknown as well. Kilo 2 Golf November Dab 3. Start off with Omega, aka Flip. And Lost Soul Buddy, who I'm sure is going to have a long and fruitful life and journey and career, and a saga, in fact, of empowerment, embetterment, and embiggenment. Sorry, that's our Simpsons quote of the day. Lost Soul, if you didn't know, if you didn't know about Lost Soul Buddy, check him out now. He will, if he makes it through, he will eventually drop you soul hearts on the next floor, or drop you an angel item, or just a whole bunch of trinkets. So it's really up to Lost Soul Buddy. It's his world, and we're just trying to ask him to stay alive. So he does die in one hit, and he dies to a lot of things, and he's also not that great of an item. I'm gonna say that as a sort of a hot take because it is true. I truthfully don't believe that Lost Soul Buddy is good in any way. Like, yes, of course, if he survives, that's the big one. If he survives, then you can get some value out of it. You can get some actually pretty incredible items from Lost Soul Buddy as well. He's given us Godhead before. He's given us Sacred Heart. So it's kind of like a bonus, I guess, if you really want to think of it. But as far as the starting Eden item goes, it is just not a good item for us at all. There's no guarantee that we can have him survive to the next floor. And even if it is, then we don't know what he's going to pay out with. So don't sacrifice yourself for Lost Soul Buddy. That's just full stop right there. Just don't sacrifice yourself for Lost Soul Buddy because it is not worth taking a hit. We did get kind of fortunate that we found a random soul heart and then another half heart on this level. So another thing that I don't like about Lost Soul Buddy is that it does sort of force you to play a little bit differently because you have him swinging all over the place from you trying to save him and stuff. And that can be a little bit distracting and even cause you to be put in some pretty bad situations. Wow, these are two god-awful items here. I do not like Little Haunt. The fear effect is annoying, and then Bumbo is just bad. So not a great start here. We've got 0.86 movement speed, which is bad. Our tears rate's good. That's about the only thing that is good about this start. And our shot speed is on point with 1.01. But our damage is doo-doo. 2.75 is pretty abysmal. Our movement speed is going to be a big problem. Oh, okay. Monstros can apparently float around corners now. I did not know that. As a Ministro species trait, I guess. So now if you're better at the game than I am, you can manipulate the positioning of Lost Soul Buddy. But the problem with that is also in the way that he moves. So you can see that he always goes to the back of Isaac's head, no matter which way you're firing. You control his position by the fire button. The problem with that is that there's a little bit of a delay whenever Lost Soul Buddy is moving. So he doesn't move. It's not like Mom's Knife where you can just flick him back and forth from one direction to another. There's a little bit of like a half-second delay before he actually moves behind Isaac's head so you can protect him. So that is another kind of nuance about the item that can be distracting. It can put you in a bad situation if you're trying to move and you forget that, oh wait, my movement doesn't help him. the fire button does. And all that kind of just joins into just a mess of an item that, in my opinion, is not worth really worrying too much about. That's why it's become a meme now, where it's just like, oh no, lost soul buddy, oh no, because he's expected to die. It's not like he was contributing anything. So that being said, though, I hope he lives through this. If we can get rid of old Dookie here, we're lucky we didn't get a champion Duke, and all we gotta do is just get rid of the red flies, and he will live. There you go, lost soul buddy. I did you a solid here, all right? I tried my best. We get movement speed here. And a bomb. We'll head on down. I was trying to hit the mute key. I was trying to hit the mute key and my elbow accidentally hit because I had to cough. Oh no, lost soul buddy. I accidentally hit the snare shot button, so sorry about that. That was startling to me, and I'm the one who did it. I was like, what the heck? Why did that play? I was reaching over because I had to clear my throat. Yeah, so lost soul buddy gave us 3 soul hearts. That's probably the only payout we're going to get. Now, there is a way to strengthen him a little bit, and that is to get BFF, which will give him Holy Mantle. I've suggested this before directly to Zombolas, and I said, if you want us to get a little bit more excited about having lost soul buddy, then I think that he should just start off with Holy Mantle, and then BFF just does nothing for him. I think that's a nice, elegant, fair way. Like if he gets hit more than once in a room, then honestly that's your fault. It really is your fault. But I mean, there's so many reasons why lost soul buddy will take damage and just instant die. That it just feels that's what makes him just bad. I mean, just really bad. So if you get a payout, great. If not, then well, he wasn't doing anything for you anyway. So I'm like on this level here, but he did give us 3 soul hearts, and that gives us a little opportunity. Hopefully we can get a good devil deal here. Now this is where Flip really starts to shine. Because we didn't get a chance to use it. Well, I take that back. We got a chance to use it. We just didn't use it because their items are just all bad. Here in the devil deal, you get you basically get 2 items for 1 per devil deal item. Same thing goes for shop items here. Plus, of course, I was really hoping that we were going to get a soul heart in there or some kind of thing. I'm going to save the bomb. I know the super secret room is probably to the north of there, but we may want to use it against Monstro. Even worse, Krampus. So Flip, what it does, if you didn't know, is it will give you in any naturally spawning item pedestal. Not ones that are spawned by bosses for some odd reason. Don't ask me why. But for any other item pedestal that is around, when you enter into a room, it will give you a second item behind it that you can flip You can flip-flop between the foreground item and the background item. This is what Tainted Lazarus unlocks, and it's quite powerful. It's very, very good value. It can help you ball out of control in a hurry, especially if those of you who are going for devil deal meta. It's the best way to go. You get 2 for 1. I mean, how could you not want that? It essentially doubles the amount of HP that you're spending. In one devil deal, it gives you the value of double what you would have to spend for these items. So it's really strong. We get booster pack for a second time in this run, so great. First moon card, and we get a joker card, 2 of clubs. 2 of clubs will save. I mean, we don't need to use any of these right now. Yeah, so you see Guppy's tail there behind Demon Baby, and then we get the mark behind Twisted Pair. So it's unfortunate because this is in reverse order. It would have been better if we had the mark in the foreground, but there's no way for us to get that back. So I'm going to take Twisted Pair, and we'll flip, and we will take the mark. I'm going to let Guppy's tail go. Because we only have one item. We only have one key right now, and that could be devastating. And there's Sacred Heart. Oh my gosh, for the first time in forever, we get Sacred Heart in a red room. Call the cops. There's been a crime. Holy moly. Now all we got to do is just find a full charge here. That's all we got to do. We are 2 charges from pay dirt. That was the schmooviest schmooves I've ever seen there. That fly went right over the rocks. It looks like we are going to get the we are going to get Sacred Heart, I hope. So that Ultra secret room, man, oh man. You talk about some value right there, brother. Let's go back and let's get... we haven't even found the item room yet, actually, but there's nothing in the item room that's going to best what we're about to get here. So Red Stew doesn't really even matter, to be honest, but I tell you what does, though, is Sacred Hizzle. Boy, howdy. Oh, mama. Sacred Heart for sure. Now, if we really wanted to min-max here, we should go into the shop and try to find a full charge before going into the item room, because if we don't do that, we will not see the second we won't see the second item pedestal in here. So let's go back and do that. We are going to waste Red Stew, but that's fine. Red Stew, honestly, we didn't even expect to have that, so it's not that big of a deal. I think this is possibly worth the risk here of losing all the beneficial effects of Red Stew just so we can get a second item, or at least a chance for a second item. Remember, it does not work on boss item pedestals, but it only works on other pedestals that were already in the room before you had jumped into it. And the item room is no exception. So we're going to get 2 items here. Let's see if this wasted time was not wasted. And it was not, because we get Cracked Orb and then also get Super Bandage. Boy, howdy. Now we are cooking, brother. All right. So now what we could do is we have 4 keys. I would be more tempted to take Guppy's Tail now. It's only going to cost us 1 heart instead of 3. There's our super secret room, and we're going to give up some HP here anyway to get Guppy's Tail. We get a dime. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. We can honestly probably go for the judgment here as well. I know. Red Stew's going away. But honestly, again, we didn't even have any expectation of having Red Stew, so I don't mind losing it here. TBH, TBH. Joker. All right, so we're losing Red Stew here, but if we kill fast enough, we'll be able to get some of that back. Red Stew operates, the more that you kill, it recharges the damage bonus that you would have if you didn't have it, or at the very beginning here. So as long as the Red Stew buff is still active, we have a chance of at least bringing it back a little bit. Hierophant Car. I am going to sit here and kill everything because we want to get a full charge on Flip before this item room as well. And with Sacred Heart, obviously, we're just going to have an absolute ton of damage. That's going to allow us to really, really pick up the pace here in terms of our clearing speed. We get Spoonbender as well. Oh, my goodness. Spoonbender and Speedball. Here we go. So, iframes kept us safe there. We did lose 1 Soul Heart, but we get Spoonbender and Speedball in the same item room, man. This is getting out of control in a hurry. Red Stew buff is still active, so we're going to treat that as a sign that we need to pick up the pace here. You do get a bigger Red Stew buff if you beat a boss as well, I believe. And unfortunately, we don't have a full charge here. So maybe it'll stay open. No, it didn't. But Lost Soul Buddy survived, and we have plenty of HP, so it's no big deal. But honestly, that's my fault. You should never, ever, 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 ever go into a double deal with flip unless if you have a full charge. Otherwise, you might as well just not even have the item. So that's totally my bad on that. We're going to library. We're going to be able to knock out 6 books from the item pool, which is always nice. And we also get the Bookhorn transformation, obviously. And while we get going in this run here, I want to read last week's question of the episode. This one sent in by Jackman Ghost, who wrote a little bit of a novel here. But question of the episode: now that you've finished Hush and Delirium Week, in your opinion, what is the best form of Delirium that he can transform into to punish, and what is the worst form that he can transform into, and where you think I'm guaranteed to take damage? So, and then there's a second part where it says, love the videos, keep doing what you're doing. P.S. What did you get Mama Victa for Mother's Day? So I'll answer the second part first. I bought a bunch of fancy filet mignon for Mama Victa and cooked them up, and we had a nice, lovely brunch. It wasn't more than brunch. It was more of like a luncheon. It was a lunch dinner sort of thing. Because it was kind of like in the late afternoon, but not quite enough to be considered what I would say would be dinner. Definitely want sharp key here. We don't care about car battery because car battery is a little bit counterintuitive for flip. But going on to the delirium part of the question, the easiest and best form for him to transform into and for you to really punish is going to be the Larry transformation or the hollow transformation. So not all the segmented transformations are good. Like the Chubb transformation, for example, is not particularly helpful. Same thing goes for the Carrion Queen. Those are just really tanky and bad forms for him. Use this freaking shadow. We have not been to the item room, so we got to go all the way back. We're going to lose Red Stew here. That's honestly, that's fine. We had a good run, but you know, we did waste a lot of it there. For all the right reasons, by the way. So the easiest form, in my opinion, to punish as Delirium is either Larry Jr. or Hollow. You can really hurt him in any of those forms. Now, the hardest and worst form for him to transform into, the I'm guaranteed to take damage form, is it used to be the Mom transformation. Because she would do those phantom stomps where you would just simply get hit by just nothing, by thin air. And that's what Zombolas fixed in the last patch. But as you all have seen now, and surprisingly, the worst form now for Delirium to transform into is Fistula. I know it might be surprising to hear that, but Fistula now is the form that's bugged that will transform him right on top of Isaac before you even get to see it. It's less. There's not even an animated frame of animation for that. It just straight up, he just hits you. Inner Eye, it is Inner Eye. Wow. We're going to have a whole bunch of Sacred Heart shots. Could use full card for that. I chose not to. And we could also play the Sacrum Shuffle. I'm not going to do that. We also have free entry into the boss trap room. And I don't remember if there was a soul. I don't remember if there was a full charge in the shop. But we really want to get boss rush here. So if we do this boss trap room, it's not guaranteed that we're not going to have enough, but I know there's a charge beggar too, but I'm thinking about time. Yeah, we need a Tears Up bad. Don't really care too much about the HP upgrade. We already have plenty of HP, and we're gonna just get another one right after this floor. Oh man, look at the pepper here. You could definitely argue I should use the full card and just get out of here to save time to make boss rush, but I have faith. I have faith that we are going to be able to get boss rush, despite it being it's only 3 minutes from now. That's the power of Sacred Heart, though. We have the luxury of skipping item rooms right now, even though you shouldn't. But remember how much value we are possibly getting with boss rush. So as long as Cracked Orb can help us out, we should be able to make it. So we immediately go into another dead end. All right. We do need keys, but I'm gonna make it my mission. I have the vampire for free over there. Let's go back and get Charm of the Vampire. It's how to jump out of the way, and we get Charm of the Vampire, which is going to be a pretty nice damage upgrade because of Sacred Heart's multiplier. It also gives us a little bit of passive healing. We definitely need shot speed, and I wouldn't take Dunce Cap, even though it would be not as bad with Sacred Heart because of the homing tiers that we have from Sacred Heart itself and also Spoonbender. Still don't want it. We can't be leaving behind all these keys here. Ooh, Mr. Dolly would be great for Sacred Heart. We got 2 minutes left. Come on, game. Would have been nice for the tiers upgrade, but what can you do? We have Flip ready to go for the Devil Deal. I did that mainly just to get rid of the spikes, or not the spikes, but the skulls in the way. Blue Cap, which is going to give us an HP upgrade and a tiers upgrade at that, and we also get Flip and we also get Void. So I am going to Void Flip as well as Azazel's Rage, and man, oh man, we're about to get supercharged. Although Void does cancel out the benefits of Flip, because yes, it will flip the item, but then it immediately consumes it. But if we can make boss rush here, that is a lot of stats that we can add on top of a Sacred Heart influence multiplier here. So definitely want that. We've already gotten insane value out of Flip here. I mean, at that alone, the Sacred Heart payout was just golden. And look at that. I told you. You may have been down me like, there's no way this clown's gonna be able to get boss rush before we're still on the other. We're still on floor 4 with 3 minutes left. Yeah. We rushed through a lot of the last 2 floors to get here, but it was definitely worth it. So, ooh. Now Kidney Stone. I'm gonna avoid it. I wanted to take it, but I'm gonna avoid it. So, also, if you're wondering, oh, we also opened the secret room. If you're wondering why the beast door opened, it's because we have cracked orb, and we took damage. So we did get 2 more damage, more than 2 damage actually, out of Sacred Heart. I don't mind taking a little bit of a movement speed down for a tiers up, although we are capped thanks to Inner Eye. 2020 would now be the goal for us to get, but we had to get value out of Void, and that was the way to do it for sure, was just to simply void it all. I don't know why I'm going over this way. We've already seen the floor. More damage is always good. The tiers upgrade here, which is going to give us shot speed, which is fine for Sacred Heart because shot speeds, shot speed gets pretty nuked whenever you've got Sacred Heart. Yeah, we can avoid that one. We get range and shot speed anyway. We get Hive Mind. I'll take it. And we'll buy an extra soul heart for our troubles here. So far, the second half of May has proven to be way more powerful than the first half. We had an almost entry into the new run with yesterday's episode, and now we've got a Sacred Heart. Not start, but it was a very early Sacred Heart with the potential to really ball out of control here with Void. Look at that, we're going straight to the bosses now. It's like a whole new game. And thank you everyone who's replied to that video I posted on Friday in regards to the call to action post that was made by Ed, wanting you to nominate your top 10 least favorite or most useless trinkets that you just never ever pick up. And then the same thing goes for the Devil Deals, your 3 to 5 worst Devil Deal items in the game. And yeah, I've fed all that feedback right back to them. And there's a lot of overlaps in the nominations. If you didn't see that post, well, I don't know. I don't know what's been going on with the algorithm. You know, obviously the likes have dropped a little bit towards the second to third week of this month for some odd reason. I'm not sure why, but I've been seeing a lot more reports about people not seeing the videos in their sub feeds. I don't know why I don't know why that's happening. So, and I have not heard from my contact at YouTube in regards to this. The answer would most likely just be the same of, you know, algorithm. But that feedback is important because I also give that directly to YouTube and tell them like, hey, you know, is my channel shadow banned or like what's going on here? So it's been a noticeable downturn lately. Which is the reason why I led off, you know, with this episode talking about the like streak goal as well. If it's truly not something that anyone's really a fan of or something that's not important, and if that's what prevents people from liking the videos, then you know all that feedback is invaluable. That's like gold. It's worth its more than its weight in gold. So please continue to provide feedback. Or just support the channel. It keeps me going. It keeps me doing what I love doing, and I wouldn't have it any other way. The thing I would love to have here is going to be some mapping, because we have not found the right way to go, in very typical Sinvicta fashion here, although I do recall firmly saying that, oh, look, yeah, we're getting to this run, we've got no Sinvicta navigation, then immediately we start going Curse of Lost into dead ends. Unlike blueprints, we don't get anything for getting a dead end here. We don't have enough money to really make Old Hushy even valuable or worth it. So we're gonna fade Old Hushy for now. And yeah. Now, what I will say is that you could make an argument. That's funny game. You could make an argument that we would get some void value out of going to the out of going into Hush on a run like this. But to me, it's still, you're not going to be in control of which stat you get, right? So there's no guarantee you're going to get the stat that you need. And secondly, you still got to fight Hush. Could we beat Hush with this? Absolutely. We don't. There's no danger into losing to Hush here. But we don't know how much damage we would actually be taking in there. It's a risk that is just unnecessary. It's not even like it's worth. It's not even like it's not worth the risk. It's simply unnecessary risk. And it's just not fun, to be honest. Fight Hush. He's annoying. He's tanky. He's kind of cheap. He doesn't cheat as much as Delirium does, but Old Hushy does have some ability to get some schmoves on you. And then that would leave us with, you know, maybe shorthanded on it when it comes to HP. to go fight Lamb and Stanley. Even though we have Judas' Shadow. And another Curse of the Lost. Well, that gives us Leviathan as well as gives us Spectral Tears. We want... I mean, we want... we want damage. Say no thank you, little Gish. We get even more shot speed. Nothing will compare to the shot speed we had yesterday. Nothing. That was unheard of. To a ridiculous degree. Again, we get more range and shot speed. We get a game. You want to give us stats that we don't care about. Thank you. It's cool. But what if you did, though? What if you actually gave us stats that we cared about? Wouldn't that be a nice change? Thank God we got Sacred Heart, because, man, some of these items since getting Sacred Heart have been truly heinous. Although we are going to get 9 lives and Guppy, which we already have Hive Mind, plus Sacred Heart. Yeah. Yeah, we don't need all the items there. Now we, of course, get movement speed and damage. 2.3 damage up for just slurping up. I don't even remember. Oh, Kane's Other Eye. Definitely don't need to be using Minecrafter here. Ooh. I don't know what voiding Animasola does. We're gonna find out. Lodestone is load bad. And we've gone, again, in the wrong direction. How does he do it? Yeah, we actually got a Tears upgrade here in movement speed. It's already way more useful than Lodestone. Pass bombs. I pull a little jukey move there on the imp. I'm not talking about Tyrion. Chocolate Milk is just amazing with this build here. Yeah. Yeah. Don't need it hurts. My goodness, our flies are going to be insane, brother. Insane. For the fully charged shots, yeah, that's some burst damage and a half right there. Then we don't even need to aim at our targets. Of course we're going to do victory lap. Come on now. Second seed. Kilo Juliet 9-3. Tango Romeo Golf Zulu. So yeah, Sacred Heart plus triple shot plus Chocolate Milk plus Guppy. You can forget all about that. Movement speed, we definitely don't need a movement speed. I'll take the Tears up though, which honestly doesn't even matter because we have Chocolate Milk. Also, Buddy lives, and he gives us another Eternal Heart. I appreciate that. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. Since the birthday stream, I've had so many people leave comments and send me messages talking about how much they notice more now than they did before that stream. How many streamers that they watch actually do say appreciate it, and then just don't give any second thought to people giving up their hard-earned money to support them and what they do. And I'm like, yep, that's what they do. That is what they do. I wouldn't mind getting 4.5 volt here. Not even necessarily for Void, but just to have it. We don't need Gimpy. I love Gimpy, don't get me wrong, but yeah, we definitely do not need him here. I'd rather have the 2.30 damage. Our Soul Buddy giving us some not useless soul hearts, but definitely unneeded soul hearts. The 4.5 volt is going to charge our Space Bar item based on how much damage we do in the room. And I don't know if you're counting or not, but we do a whole lot of damage. We'll take Sea Dizzle. Come on, Sea Dizzle. Come on down, Sea Dizzle. Oh no, Lost Soul Buddy. Oh no. That one was kind of my fault, but you know what? It's still Lost Soul Buddy's fault for not having a shield. Guppy's head, and we'll just get another 9 lives, I guess. Yeah, we got 20 lives. I think we're gonna be okay. I'm no geologist, but something tells me you give Sinvicta 20 lives, it's probably not going to be possible for us to die. I'm just throwing it out there. If I was a betting man, which I am, I'd be putting it all on me to win this run. I think we're gonna be fine. Lobo D Twanky there is gonna give us some much needed keys because we keep opening everything under the sun. And again, if you're wondering where we're getting these mapping effects from, it's not from anything other than Cracked Orb. Anytime we take damage, we are allowing Cracked Orb to open up whatever locked doors may be near us, but also show us a portion of the map. It's totally random, by the way. There's no rhyme or reason to it. The Black Candle, no longer have to worry about stupid curses. Get another 2.30 damage upgrade. It's beautiful. Gears upgrade, that doesn't matter because we're already pretty much stacked on that. And our second blank page, which again I think we're going to be okay with. See if we can get a full charge here since we're right next to the item room. Don't worry, Lost Soul Buddy. We'll protect you. You'll never die again on my watch. Another Tears upgrade here, which is nice, but again, Chocolate Milk kind of that's the nice thing about Chocolate Milk is that it removes the need for Tears upgrades. And that of course is not to say that Tears upgrades don't affect Chocolate Milk. It does. It affects how fast you can charge up your big shots, but all the same, they're not that big of a deal. It's not like something like Neptunus where, you know, there is a more of a tangible benefit to having a high Tears rate to let it charge up faster. Wow, Reap Creep just got Reap wrecked. So I did a little quick consume there of Sanguine Bond because we really just straight up don't need it at this point. Look at Lost Soul Buddy putting in the work, getting us some HP. We see you, Lost Soul Buddy, LSB. A nice damage upgrade here, another 1.65. We've already gotten all the Tinted Rocks that we need, so there's another one in that room there. Tinted Skull. We don't have to worry about the Tinted Skull because we are going to absolutely mollywop the entirety of the boss rush. I'll gladly come back just to avoid that. I just saved your life there. I say, boy. And then you died anyway. Screw you, Lost Soul Buddy. You're so bad. So bad. You're so bad at the game, proceeds to run into spikes as well as fire. D-Bizzle. We got C-Dizzle, now we got D-Bizzle. And that was one of the funniest things over the birthday stream, which was somebody who was not from the U.S. asked me, where does the C-Dizzle and B-Dizzle thing come from? It literally comes from me being a dummy, just being stupid. Just trying to make the kids appreciate the items. It may be a dumb name, but you can't say you don't remember them all the time when I say it. You can't say you don't know who I'm talking about. Their names live on in infamy. C-Dizzle, D-Bizzle, the other D-Bizzle. All kinds of things blowing up in this crazy room here. Wow, we instantly destroyed not Little Gish, but Big Gish. Also instantly destroyed Monstro 2. That's the power that we're talking about here with Chocolate Milk and Sacred Heart. I mean, it's insta one-shotting them. I don't even know who that was. Carrion Queen. Like dead. Use the Hermit card, see if we get taken somewhere. And wow, we got taken somewhere, all right. I don't know what kind of ride we just took, but it was a long one. You're across the world and a half here, brother. No, Lost Soul Buddy died again, huh? Oh man. We're going in the wrong direction. Are we going towards our starting room? Feel like we are. We did a disservice to our Hermit card. Nope, it's just a giant circle. Okay. There it is. What a weird spot for the boss room, right next to the starting room. Removed by one room. If we had a red key, we would have been able to come in here. Brimstone's actually kind of a downgrade, but I'm going to take it anyway because we have Chocolate Milk. Super mega ultra powerful Brimstone here. You saw right there, that's freeze frame. Yeah. So, but what is the nice thing about having Chocolate Milk Brimstone is that you don't have to go with the ultra mega charge. You can just go for a little tiny charge. Like this. And even at these levels of damage, it's still going to be pretty much fatal to everything that gets hit by it. But it's the big mama, big honking shots. Those are the fun ones to watch and use because obviously it just obliterates everything. Like that. Kind of like that right there. I don't know if this is the right way to go. It might be, might not be. I didn't even fire the right way. In fact, we didn't even hit her with with Brimstone. We hit her with just simply our Guppy Flies. Just showing you the power of our base damage here, which honestly, even on paper, is not that impressive. I mean, look, 37.85 is a lot of damage. A lot. Oh my gosh, I don't know what this is going to do here, but that's going to cause some issues. Oh my gosh, we got Proptosis. Okay, well now it's getting a little crazy. It's getting a little crazy. Yeah, that was Almost a one-shot. That Proptosis multiplier is insane with this build. No, we are the one who beams, not you. I mean, Act of Contrition doesn't really do anything for us at this point. Okay, D-Bizzle, I don't remember the last time if you have ever dropped us a Soul Heart, but we're taking notice, son. We got C-Dizzle out here. He's doing his job. He's still smiling. He's loving it. Not complaining. Not trying to ask for a better contract deal or negotiation or anything like that. He's just out here doing what he's supposed to be doing. All right? What you're supposed to be doing is taking these red hearts, and every 1.5 of them, you're turning them into soul hearts. And when you don't do that, that means you're not doing your job. And if you're not doing your job, we don't need you on the team, son. So we have gone all the wrong ways, as to be expected. Oh, hey, look, Animasola does work. Well, how about that? Apparently that was an Explodey champion. Sorry I lost Soul Buddy, but maybe you should have a shield instead of being useless. That wasn't even a full-powered shot there on Isaac. Okay. There we go. There is, there's all that. So what did we learn today? Well, we learned that Sacred Heart is just the absolute GOAT. If you need damage, if you need a very easy run, look no further than just as long as you know how to spot Ultra Secret Rooms. I've tried to show it many times now. Sometimes do a good job of explaining it, sometimes not. A little less eloquent these days. Ability to articulate is dwindling. But knowing where the placement of the Ultra Secret Rooms are does help out a lot. And, of course, showing you the value of Flip. Because Sacred Heart wouldn't happen. This run looks a lot different without Sacred Heart. A lot different. We still would have gotten there at the end because of Proptosis and everything, and Guppy, but, man. That is just a, yeah, sure, why not? Screw it. It's just it's a picture-perfect reason why learning how to effectively use any and all the items in the game to their fullest extent is one of the best skills you can learn in Isaac. You players often ask me, like, hey, what new tips would you have for me as a beginner? And I tell them, learn the items. Before anything else, learn the items. You need to know what items are good, which items are not good, which items fit your playstyle, which ones could actually actively kill you, and go from there. And then the second thing I tell people is learn how to dodge, because you gotta learn how to dodge. If you can't dodge a fly, then you can't dodge a wrench. So learning how to dodge, extremely valuable. The attack pad, don't even worry about memorizing attack patterns or behaviors or anything like that of any of the monsters in the game. Just know how to dodge. The basics of dodging. But learning the items first and foremost, above all, is your #1 prerogative. Definitely do not want to avoid the Bible. The nail. So we now have an HP generator tied to our spacebar item. There's teratoma. That's not fistula. And there we go. Down goes Delirium. No hit, no problem. Thank you for watching, everyone. One hell of a run here on Sunday. Remember, give me your feedback about the No Seas Challenge down below. And, of course, if you want to support my channel, all you got to do is simply click the like button and leave a comment down below. If you only want to do one of those things, if you're trying to figure out which one is the most, quote, valuable to a YouTuber, clicking the like button. That's the easiest thing to do. It takes less than a second. It's totally free and is the absolute best way to support your favorite YouTuber creators here on the channel. And, as always, I'll see you all next time. Have a great start to your week, everyone. Until next time, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks to patrons of mine like Paladamores, Dad of Two, and Troy Mason. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of the next episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Sinvicta.